Hi there, everybody. Happy holidays. This is Sean Daniels. I am the director of the Recovery Project at Florida Studio Theater in sunny Sarasota, Florida. On October 12th, 2011, I tried to take my own life. I had been day drinking for months. I had lost my job. My wife had left me. I had crashed a car. You know, all the standards. And it had really just been a long time since anybody had smiled to see me coming. And so I just thought the world would be better off without me. So at that moment, I decided to call the person that I knew didn't like me. We hadn't gotten along in years, but loved me enough to answer, and that was my mother. And for whatever you believe in, it was her 1-year anniversary of her getting sober. She was walking home from her meeting where she had gotten her 1-year chip, and the phone rang, and it was me. And she got me through that evening and got me into a rehab center in Jacksonville, Florida. And that was a little over 12 years ago today. What I learned when I was there was about the science of addiction, was about dopamine, was about neural pathways, was about how 40 to 60% of whether you become addicted is genetic. And it really changed my outlook and allowed me to see it not as a moral failing, but as something that was just a part of my DNA. You know, in my family, we have skin cancer and alcoholism. So we talk about skin cancer, right? We look at moles. We make sure you have a dermatologist. We do all the checking up. Every Thanksgiving has somebody like looking at a weird mole on somebody else. But we never talked about drinking, even though it's as much in our family. And now we do. And now we make sure that everybody in our family knows that we are genetically predisposed, and that if you are also, you should take the early steps to be able to see what's in your DNA and things that you can do to try to get help if you need to earlier on. Get off the elevator before it goes all the way to the ground. I've been very lucky in the last 12 years to be able to spread that message. I had a play of mine, The White Chip, that's being done off Broadway, and it's being produced by Hank Azaria and Eddie Falco and John Larroquette and Jason Bigg and all these really fantastic sober artists that have come together to be a part of it. But the most profound thing I had around it was I had a reading of it in Scotland, because the Scotland was thinking about touring the show, and so they kind of did a reading to try it out. Love them. They still served beer at the reading, so certain people could bring it in if they wanted to. And I was so moved by the people that came to the reading. One woman came because she had lost a son and she didn't understand why, and she hoped she could find out that evening. And another person had brought their entire family because he wanted his family to better understand him. And it was the thing that we all know, that our story is our story, but it is also everybody's story. And part of what we do when we shatter the stigma of addiction is to let people know that we are not the only ones that have been here before, and that recovery is possible. And trust me, if I can get sober, you can get sober. And that message to be able to share really stuck with me. So the play is going to open up off Broadway this February. It's also going to play at Florida Studio Theater in Sarasota in March. And the hope is that more people will learn that recovery is possible, and that no matter how far down you've gone, there's always a possibility to turn it around. So I'm Sean Daniels. Happy holidays to everybody. One of the joys of my life now is that I have to finish up this video very quickly before my 5-year-old daughter runs in, because once she comes in, it will not be quiet enough to record anything in this house. The promises, right? Right there. Thanks so much. Bye.